This all started February 26th of last year. That is when George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin crossed paths. It was only for a few minutes, but boy, did it have a big impact. Today, we're going to talk about several things. A big decision was made over the weekend in regard to the audio experts that the state is going to try to use during this trial. They're not allowed to, though. What we can expect today during these opening statements. We're also going to discuss how the community is preparing for all that. And Trayvon Martin's parents are expected to make a statement today right outside this very courthouse. We're going to hear from them later this morning. We have live team coverage today. Nicole Pasecki is right outside the court with me here. She's going to discuss what's going to happen today in opening statements. And Evan Lambert is live at the retreat at Twin Lakes. That is where Trayvon Martin was killed about 484 days ago. So we have a lot to talk about this morning in preparation for this trial. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Right now, Bridget, we're going to send it back to you.
My co-anchor Matt Austin is live this morning at Seminole County Courthouse. Matt.
Yeah, and Bridget, before we talk about the actual case today, let's talk about some of the big players who have already made their presences known in this case. Let's start with the lead prosecutor representing the state. That is Bernie De La Rianda. He's the guy you'll see today who has the mustache. He has 27 years of experience. He's worked on 250 jury trials. 67 of those were homicide cases. That's all according to the FBI's website. The guy you're going to see for the defense is Mark O'Mara, a well-known attorney here in Central Florida. He's been practicing criminal and family law here for 28 years. He's also a former felony prosecutor who has handled different types of cases. That's all according to his website. You might recognize his face. That's because he was a legal analyst for us at Local 6. You saw him a lot during the Casey Anthony murder trial. Now, alongside O'Mara, a guy who's been very active in these pretrial hearings, we have defense attorney Don West. According to his website, he's worked on several high-profile death penalty cases in state and federal courts. He's been board certified by the Florida Bar since about 1987. Now, the person who's going to be running the show here, that is Judge Deborah Nelson. She was appointed to the bench in 1999 by former Florida Governor Jeb Bush. She has a reputation for sentencing people to long terms. She is also the third judge to serve in the Zimmerman case. And that judge made a very big decision over the weekend regarding audio experts that the state was hoping to use and maybe even talk about here in the opening statements. Nicole Pasecki is live right outside the Seminole County Courthouse with me to talk about exactly what's going to happen with those opening statements today. Nicole? All right, Nicole Pasecki, thank you very much. The judge has certainly outlined the parameters these lawyers are allowed to be within for this case. Joining me now, we have our legal analyst, Eric Dubois. Thank you so much for waking up early with us, Eric.
No problem.
Let's talk about how that audio expert evidence comes into play here. That's changing a lot for the prosecution in these opening statements.
Yeah, it's a huge deal for the prosecution, not as much for the defense in opening statements, but the prosecution, I'm imagining, was going to tell the jury, you're going to hear from experts that are going to tell you that the voice you hear on this 911 tape is going to be that of Trayvon Martin. The defense, you know, the burden is on the state to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that George Zimmerman did this. For the defense, my guess is they probably weren't even going to bring it up in opening statements and then just attack it during the trial.
Yeah, and they also found out about Thursday of last week they were going to be dealing with 6 women as their jurors. Do you think over the weekend that these attorneys were maybe tailoring their opening statements for that of moms?
Maybe a little bit. I think the defense would probably be trying to put in some more of, this is what we're going to show you, this is what, you know, promises made, promises kept. We're going to lay out our case now, exactly what's going to be said during trial, what we expect the evidence to show, because, you know, the jury's going to remember that, and its credibility is what's at stake right now.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. What this whole case comes down to is that 8-minute sequence when George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin cross paths. For more on that timeline of events, Evan Lambert is live at the retreat at Twin Lakes for a look at how it all went down. Evan? And today, Evan, we'll see how prosecutors plan to build their case on that little 8-minute period of time. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Still, a ton to talk about out here outside the Seminole County Courthouse. We're going to take you through it every step of the way. We'll be out here live all day long. For now, I'm going to send it back to Bridget.